with the Texas Storm Chasers. It is 8:29 p.m., almost 8:30 on the dot on this Sunday evening, the 10th of October, 2021. As we've been saying all day, and well, for a couple of days now, the daylight hours today would be quiet. Windy, but quiet. And shortly after sunset, we'd have a line of strong to severe thunderstorms quickly erupt across portions of western North Texas, across portions of the hill country and eastern Concho Valley. And that is what has happened. These storms are moving east in a hurry. 50, 60, even 70 miles per hour. These things don't have to stop at traffic lights. They don't have to stop at stop signs. And they definitely don't have to deal with DFW traffic. So these storms are booking it east, 60 to 70 miles per hour. As you can see, we've got severe thunderstorm warnings. That's the orange boxes that extend from near Nocona and Bowie all the way down southwest to Stephenville, to Hamilton, to just east of Brownwood now. And then we've got sub-severe storms trying to go up on the cool front, extending southwest to Brady, almost to Interstate 10. These storms also moving east in a hurry. So let me go ahead and turn off the regional radar. We're going to turn on our high-resolution local radar, and we're going to take a more detailed look at what is going on at the moment. So we'll go from north to south. First off, had a supercell bring yet another severe hailstorm to Norman, Oklahoma. They got baseball-size hail again, just like they did back on April 29th of this year. That broke out a bunch of windows. So they're for two for hail so far this year. Let's try not to make a third. Down here in Texas, we've got a line of strong to severe storms from Nocona, now east of Bowie, moving into Alvord, Bridgeport, coming into the city of Weatherford now, just west of Springtown, Lipan, Stephenville, farther southwest, heavy rain and gusty winds in Dublin, Mullen, moving towards Goldthwaite, and then we have more isolated activity southwest of that, trying to develop east of Brady. Not expecting a lot of hail tonight, at least what we consider big-time hail. Small hail, yes, maybe some pocket change size hail, nickels, dimes, maybe even some quarter-size hail. Tonight's issue is going to be damaging straight-line winds. Oh, yes, I neglected to mention, please forgive me. The live stream you're watching below me, that is a live storm chasing feed from meteorologists Jason Cooley and Alex Bartholomew. They are in Ringgold, which is going to be just south of Ringling. I'm sorry. They said Ringling. I don't know if they're actually in Texas or Oklahoma. Either way, they're looking at thunderstorms and pretty lightning show. Actually looks like almost like a wall cloud. Real quick, let's talk about what we've got going on with these storms. You can watch their storm chasing feed with audio, by the way. Video is streaming live on our YouTube channel, Texas Storm Chasers, and we'll listen in on them in a second. But the line of strong to severe storms moving east across western North Texas at 50 miles per hour, which means they will be crossing over Interstate 35 and Interstate 35W by 9 to 9:15. Interstate 35E and Highway 75 by 9:30 to 10 p.m. from Sherman to Dallas all the way down to Hillsboro. Strongest storms are producing damaging straight-line winds over 60 miles per hour. You can see that. Currently, it's the blues here in Weatherford. Millsap, we're seeing very strong winds in Mineral Wells. Had a wind gust over 60 miles per hour. And Mineral Wells reported. We'll go ahead and take a look at that. You can see at 8:20 p.m. had a 60-mile-an-hour wind gust measured at the airport. But these storms are moving east quickly, so we're expecting the potential for 40, 50, 60, maybe even 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts on the leading edge and behind the squall line, especially with the highest wind currently located, that lightning, located in Parker County, moving into Weatherford, extending farther southwest into Erath County and Hood County. Let me turn off those arrows. And we're going to have to watch for little spin-up circulations on the leading edge of the squall line. You can see one such little circulation southwest of Boyd, And we'll have to see if we get a little circulation just east of Weatherford try and spin up. But so far, none of these circulations have been anywhere close to strong enough to producing brief tornadoes. But damaging straight line winds are certainly a possibility, if not a likelihood, especially across southern Wise County, Parker County, down into Hood and Erath counties, extending farther southwest, pretty much all the way from Stephenville to Hiko, Meridian, Hamilton, Avant, and Goldwaith. So real quick, since we've got the live stream up, let's take a full look and listen in to meteorologist Jason Cooley and Alex Bartholomew as they keep an eye on the sky and get one heck of a lightning show.
David's just ready to go live. I think he might be about to. Might be a bit of an inflow notch near Moonster too.
Of course, the lightning stops right as I go full screen with it, but again, that's what we're keeping an eye on. There's definitely a lot of lightning with these thunderstorms. A lot of strong, gusty winds. They are moving east at 50 to 60 miles per hour. And we're seeing a very strong wind signature across western Parker County. Seeing some strong straight-line winds developing up in eastern Montague County. That be moving towards western Cook County, eventually pretty much riding down Highway 82 and moving towards the city of Gainesville and, well, Windstar World Casino. But again, we're keeping an eye on that. We note the hail indicator with this thunderstorm in Parker County has increased. I don't think we have 2-inch hail falling. I think it is melting down to maybe quarter size before reaching the surface, but what that increased hail size aloft indicates to me is the potential for damaging straight line winds also increasing, and we're going to have to keep an eye out for any developing circulations. The updraft itself is intensifying. So again, weather radar indicates winds over 60 miles an hour approaching the city of Weatherford, Millsap. Cool on Highway 180. We've got winds probably over 60 miles an hour. We had winds of 60 miles per hour measured in Mineral Wells as this storm moved through. And we are going to have to keep an eye out for little circulations. Note how most of the, by the way, the greens, blues, they are moving, winds moving towards the weather radar in Fort Worth, reds moving away. Note how most of the line here is almost due north-south until you get this little area southwest of Boyd. You see that? How it kind of switches from up-down to kind of slanted? That is what is called a QLCS circulation. A little circulation that is trying to spin up a brief tornado or at least some damaging straight-line winds. We're going to probably have many of those little circulations on radar. Most do not produce tornadoes. Some of them can, though. And we're going to be keeping an eye on it. But regardless, even if there is a brief tornado, the main and most widespread issue is going to be damaging straight-line winds with a line of strong to severe thunderstorms moving towards the DFW Metroplex at 50 to 60 miles per hour. This is just a 1-hour radar loop, and you can see how quickly these storms are moving. When I say they're moving 60 miles an hour, they don't have to stop at traffic lights, they don't have to stop at stop signs, and they definitely don't have to worry about traffic in the Metroplex. Continue watching the live video stream from meteorologist Jason Cooley and Alex Bartholomew. You can see they're in a very rather unhappy thunderstorm at the moment. You can see the roads are wet. It's pouring rain. A lot of cloud-to-ground lightning in close proximity to them. You can watch their YouTube stream in full with audio. It's on YouTube, Texas Storm Chasers. So, main worry here is going to be damaging straight-line winds with these storms moving into the Metroplex over the next 30 to 60 minutes. Can't rule out brief tornadoes, maybe some small hail, and brief heavy rain. Again, these aren't going to last very long at your location. They're moving east 50, 60 miles per hour. Farther southwest into the eastern Concho Valley and the hill country, you can see the storms themselves have been trying to develop a little farther southwest, but with weaker upper level lift, they're not having as much luck, and they're definitely not as intense. Essentially coming up on Junction to Brady, you can see storms are pretty much not even storms, they're showers. We'll see if those are able to intensify a bit more as they approach Interstate 35 in an hour or two and move into some more unstable air, but definitely not having that issue in North Texas with a line of strong to severe storms producing winds 40, 50, 60, 70 miles per hour, small hail, a quick dosing of heavy rain, and we'll have to keep an eye out for any brief spin-up circulations. With that being said, we'll go ahead and get off here for now. We'll be back by 9 p.m. Central Time, sooner if necessary. I'm David Reimer with the Texas Storm Chasers. Stay weather aware.